Hey guys, welcome back to Giving Unbothered, the podcast.
We have a very exciting episode today, guys, and we've been very excited for it, haven't
So
we?
excited.
We have our first guest.
Our official guest? Yeah!
We met up with her earlier this week, and do you know we just instantly just think like, I like you.
Yeah, we connected over social media, which these days, of course we did. And she's just incredible, honestly.
She is. She runs sapphic events, which in itself we love, because it's fucking hard to find events for queer people that actually are for friends and not just like getting drunk and hooking up with people.
Yeah, exactly.
She's also an activist, which we love.
And the conversation we're gonna have is hopefully gonna bring a lot of value as well, because we'll be touching on a lot of different things, but hopefully you guys will enjoy this episode.
And we will put out a trigger warning, because obviously she is an activist, and we will speak about sexual assault, sexual awareness and things like that. So just to put that out there.
Yes, but enjoy the episode and let's do this.
Welcome to Giving Unbothered.
Welcome.
10 out of 10.
How would you introduce yourself?
How would I introduce myself?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, God.
Just like, fuck, identity crisis.
Yeah, following like the first question. Zan. My name is Zan.
Star sign.
Leo, obviously.
Oh, you know
Why
what?
are you looking at me like that?
I'm
It's
not
the best sign.
Okay.
Do you know your rising moon sun?
Is that when you do your birth chart?
Yeah.
And you get like, I'm a double Leo. I know. Ooh. And then I think my rising, which one's that? Your emotional?
Rising is your emotion, right? You're the
I know.
Sorry,
now
you
feel
fake
like...
bitch. You're the one always preaching about astrology. And you're sitting there like,
I think rising is meant to be what your emotional side is, and yes, I am quite embarrassed, but it's like Gemini.
No.
Oh,
hey, my moon is in Gemini.
I know, and it icks me out every time.
Although
Leo
I'm
and Gemini.
Going through therapy, so I'm trying to change that. So I'm trying to make it like Aquarius or whatever the one is that's like doesn't give a fuck about anything.
You're trying to change your sign.
Therapy is going to convert me from Gemini to Aquarius. You know, I'm not quite sure that's how birth charts work, but that's fine.
What are your star signs?
I'm triple Cancer.
Triple Cancer.
So all of them
through
are Cancer.
And through.
It's really bad.
Okay, at least you're consistent. I don't know what that means. What?
Emotional.
Yeah, like really emotional.
Okay.
I should go to therapy.
Everyone should, but yeah.
I made that point. Yeah, I should.
Exactly.
But it's also a red flag. And I love telling people it. Like when I first meet people, if I'm drunk especially, I'm like, guys, I'm a triple Cancer. I need to stop telling people that because it's actually a red flag.
It's probably better than being a double Leo. I feel like that's a bit all-consuming, isn't it?
It is. And then like the Gemini on the side.
Yeah, I just fucking love attention, don't I? What are you?
I'm a Scorpio and then moon in Gemini and Virgo rising.
Well,
but yeah,
I wouldn't say hi, I'm Zan, I'm a Leo, if that's to answer your question.
I was like, so that's how you...
Yeah, we went off on a tangent. Carry on.
I would probably call myself an activist and a raging lesbian.
We love
That's
that.
what we like. That's exactly why we wanted you here.
A big fat lesbian.
Big fat
That's what
lesbo.
my mum likes to call me.
No.
A massive dyke.
How did you come out?
Or like, not. Let's maybe, how did you find out that you're...
How did I find out I was a lesbian?
Backtrack
A big
more.
fat lesbian.
Yeah, a big fat lesbian.
Okay, this is quite niche, but do you know Brittany from Glee?
Oh my god, was she your gay awakening?
She was my gay awakening in this specific episode where there was a Britney episode and she does this dance called like Slave for You.
Yes. in the where they do sports, right? They have this performance.
You know what?
That's a different one. That's not the one I'm talking about. The one I'm talking about is where she's in this like great, not to sexualise women, but like she's in this that literally took me like 2 minutes. Green bikini with a snake around her.
It was the Britney episode, like Britney Spears.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Brittany,
yeah.
but her name is Brittany S. Spears in Glee.
Yeah.
That was it. I feel like actually that was probably the tip of the iceberg. Whereas I feel like I knew from a young age, probably too young.
Yeah.
But I just kind of confused it with being like obsessed with people. Did you guys get that?
Yeah.
I've literally said that on mine. I would
Yeah.
just like obsessively want to be girls' friends, and then looking back, I'm like, oh, I actually wanted to fuck them, not to be their friend.
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
think
have it over my friends though. I had it over like strangers.
I think it's a thing of like, do I want to be them or be with them?
Yeah, that's the age-old question. I definitely, like, I can remember, like, seeing people in an airport and being like...
It's always an airport.
Why is
It's always an airport.
and being like, oh my god, I want that girl to think I'm really cool. And they,
Yeah.
like, literally, like, double my age.
Okay, so we've just unpacked two things.
You know what? We actually did want to speak at some point about age gaps. So-
Hey!
Yeah, do you
it's-
like an older woman?
Well, age gap autumn. That's what we just come out of.
Age gap
You know how it
autumn?
was like brat summer or whatever?
Oh, like coughing season and all that kind of stuff.
age gap autumn.
I've never
All the
heard
lesbians are having big age gaps.
I feel like we're, you know, it's true. I've
It's true.
discovered many lesbians that I know now all of a sudden going into that. We're really behind on like the whole gay things. 'Cause
Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
No.
being gay.
Yeah,
behind.
I kind of feel like a fake lesbian when I hear these things. But fine. It really shocks me that you didn't have that over Santana, because I feel like everyone prefers Santana over Britney.
Yeah, I do get that, and you know what it is? I have a thing for dancers. Like my
Yeah.
girlfriend's a dancer. Like if someone is like able to,
Move their body.
oh god, I'm not painting myself in the best light, but she was it, and then I went to Glee Live. Best
Wait,
concert I've ever
you
been to in my
no
life.
stop!
Oh
you
my
actually,
God.
I've never been able to go.
No, that'd be insane.
Half of them are dead, so
Yeah, I know it's really sad.
That is actually
Rude.
quite depressing.
But yeah, but when everyone was alive, I went and saw Britney live. She did Slave for You, and that was it. That was my lesbian awakening.
Wow, that's a good one though.
That is a good one.
I think we should all watch the episode together after this.
I'm down.
I fucking think so.
100%. Yeah.
We'll get the projector out.
Have a wank.
Just have a group wank. Like, just, like, you know what that's like? That's not quite how
I
it's
can't
supposed to
believe
come
I'm
out.
like meant to be like, yeah, I'm a feminist activist, and then here
And you're
like,
like,
let's
let's have a
wank
wank.
over women. God, that was really bad.
So then, once you found out that you like women,
We're hot over Britney.
Yeah.
We're hot for Britney.
how did you go from there? Like, how did it go
The
with
whole coming
dates,
out.
the coming out to family, friends?
Yeah, it's how much time have you got?
Plenty.
You should.
It's a long and quite sad story, but I basically had quite a weird coming out in that, like, oh my god, you're gonna need to get out your violin strings. I just like to say before I say all of this, I am very privileged and that I'm very thankful that I was given like private education, and
Yeah.
my parents sent me to boarding school. Very like really lucky to have had like amazing teaching and all of that. But I found it like hell just because I kind of realised I think that I was gay, but it was just like not the safest. It wasn't very like, yeah, it was
I can imagine.
pretty awful.
Yeah.
That everyone was just like, back then it was kind of like the thing that you do to like throw someone under the bus was to be like, oh, she's a lesbian, she's a freak, she's
Yeah.
creepy. So I kind of realised, and then I saw how everyone was like talking about it and was like, oh my god, I definitely can't come out. So I like serially dated men to try and be like, look, I've got a boyfriend. Like,
look at him.
But everyone just knew. I feel like it was like bare obvious. I was a fucking break dancer and I played rugby. So
Doing like headstands.
yeah, and I literally had like Britney all over my wall, being like, yeah, I'm straight. I'm so straight. So yeah, people spread like rumours and shit about me, and it kind of got a bit out of hand. That then the school kind of took action because all these like parents got involved, saying that like I was really like just like having really like what I would say now is like rooted in homophobia, by saying like, oh, she's creepy, she's like preying on young girls, like I don't want her coming near my children. So all these parents started complaining. And
Did
then,
they complain because they were scared that then their kid would turn out to be a lesbian, or was it?
yeah, so then people was like spreading rumours about me like dating all these girls, which weren't true. So then the parents of those girls got in contact with the school, were like, you need to do something about this. So I got pulled into all these meetings and they were like questioning me, like, they're saying that you're a lesbian, like what's going on? I was just like, no, I've got this boyfriend.
I'm afraid
I loved it. But then they just kind of like put sanctions in place. Like I was given curfews about like what time I needed to like be in my room, and like certain areas of school I wasn't allowed to go to.
Wait, what?
No, it's really fucked up actually.
No, that's so fucked up.
What kind of areas was that you weren't allowed to?
So any of the like boarding houses from girls that people spread rumours that I was like dating, that I wasn't allowed to go to those houses because the parents didn't want me to see their children.
That is, I mean, the fucking like witch trials. Like,
No,
why are they?
It should be like a thing that they should use that opportunity to like educate the other people instead of actually
banishing you
and being like, you're the evil bad one.
I know. And what was weird was like they were spreading all these rumours which weren't true, but I was dating a different girl.
Yeah.
And we were keeping it hidden because we were like watching this all unfold, being like, oh my God, definitely can't come out. Well, literally, I don't know what would happen to us. And it eventually just got like so bad. Like everywhere I'd go around the school, like the girls would like take pictures of me or like follow me everywhere and like just like spread all this shit that was literally just complete bullshit. Like I remember like hearing some of the stuff that they're saying, and it was just categorically like someone had just sat there and like plotted a little story and sent it out to their parents. But obviously after that I was like, oh my God, never can come out, never gonna be able to be who I am. So I kind of didn't really envisage ever coming out. So I didn't effectively come out, but my relationship with that girl broke down because it was just like we were so ashamed. It was way too much. When that kind of, your first lesbian heartbreak, you literally think the world's ending. So I was like,
death.
Yeah. And I was on this holiday with my family and they had taken me to the Friends set and I was like obsessed with Friends.
I would die. Even now I would die.
Literally, like, they were like, this is all you've ever dreamed of, and I just couldn't stop crying. And they were like, what the fuck is going on? I told my sister that evening and I was like, can you just tell them? But just tell them like it was one girl and that I'm gonna be with boys, it's fine.
That's literally how I came out.
Really?
It's just this one girl. I was like, I actually don't even like vagina. Like, it's just this one. I just love their personality.
Because they were literally like, my mum was literally like, well, of course I was a lesbian for about 5 minutes at school. You'll
Back
get
in the day, everyone shag girls.
Yeah. So I didn't really come out. I just sort of, people found out that I was dating one of the girls, and it just didn't really go down very well. Like, some of my friends from school were really weird. They were like, I remember I told someone and they were like, ew.
That is
so weird.
Like, people are just wild for that.
Literally, there's nothing ew about vagina. It's of the two, it's probably the most like aesthetically pleasing.
No, yeah. But also, like, girls, you have a vagina. How are you saying ooh? You literally have one. Like, I don't get that. I don't know about your vagina,
honestly,
but mine's fine.
your yoni.
Yeah, my yoni is completely fine.
Oh my God. Is that its name?
Yoni is the spiritual term for your vagina.
Yeah.
And
Yoni.
I said it as a joke to begin with,
episode.
and now we say it dead seriously. And I said to Yoko today, I was like, we need to actually stop saying that.
We literally were in Lidl.
Yeah.
And we were talking about body wash. And she was
fragrance.
like, yeah, and she was like, you can't use a fragrance one. It's not good for your vagina. I was like, not good for the yoni.
And I was like, we need to stop using this term in public.
I thought you'd named it like that was her name.
Oh.
Yeah, I wouldn't choose Yoni out of
It
anything
sounds
to
quite
name
grandma-like, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, like crust. Yeah, I'm not sorry. I started saying it. I was like, I don't want to finish it.
Oh my God.
Yoni sounds quite crusty,
Yeah.
like a crusty vagina.
Oh God.
Interesting.
Anyway, carry on.
I'm trying to pitch that vaginas are beautiful, and you're there like crusty vagina.
Fucking Yoni. Okay, beautiful vaginas.
Yeah, so I tried to tell my friends and it didn't go down very well. So I was like, hey, I went out with this girl. It just kind of flopped, and it was still like not okay to be gay. So I went back in the closet, I'd say for like another 5 years, and then it got to like 21 at uni, and then I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna claim the word lesbian.
Yeah.
And from then on, honestly, I have been so loud and proud about it. Like, honestly, every sentence I'm like, I'm a dyke, like trying to like make up for lost time. Do you know what I mean? So it's been a bit weird. I feel like I knew when I was like maybe 11, and I didn't come out till like 22 or 21. So more of my life has been in the closet than it's been out of the closet.
But I get that though, especially with like the whole experience in school. If you see they didn't even know yet. Like, you weren't like fully out, and you could already see what they were trying to do against you. That's fucking scary.
Yeah, you're not gonna
like,
wanna
who
come
wants
out.
to want to come out in that?
Oh my god, I'm still talking about it in therapy. Like, I find it really tough
Yeah.
to kind of, it really affected like my self-esteem more than anything. I just kind of like grew up kind of feeling like so much self-hatred, but now I'm like really trying to kind of challenge that and be like as outwardly proud and the opposite of like what my younger self went through, so that I can like make up for lost time, and also just be like, I feel like I kind of let down the community in some ways by being so ashamed by it, and so like but obviously I was going through my own journey.
Yeah.
And obviously if I was in a different environment where I had some other gay friends, I literally thought I was the only lesbian in the world.
Yeah.
You feel so like secluded from like, everything. You're like, oh my god, no one else feels this way, and like
Literally.
quite a big chunk of people actually feel that way.
Honestly, but also like the lack of queer representation on TV. Like, if I had I Kissed a Girl come out when I was at school, I would have definitely come out way sooner. It was just like, I only knew Ellen DeGeneres.
And like even like she wasn't like the perfect rep of like,
oh my god,
I don't want to be Ellen.
literally, like, I don't know, you grow up with like Disney being like boy, girl, like, and I look back at all the pictures and all my like family pictures, and I was always like dressed as Prince Charming. I'm like, how the fuck did you guys not call this?
We need to find a photo of this and insert you dressed up as Prince Charming.
I will give you, it's quite funny. Like, every time someone came over, it was either that or I'd be getting married, but I'd be wearing my dad's suit. And
Like, you were the groom.
But yeah, 5 years old. I'll show you the picture after. We got like a glass of apple juice that's in Prosecco like flues. How fucking civilised? I'm sorry. I was like born lesbian chic, just didn't know it yet.
I can picture it. Like, I can picture the scene.
I'll show you it after.
Oh my god, it's so fucking funny. No, I love that.
You're crying.
I know, I
She
literally,
cries
every
so
time I
easily.
laugh, I literally sob. I'm like, no, stop.
Aww.
Okay. I'm gonna find it so hard now to go back into a serious conversation.
No, it's fine. Let's make
Okay.
light of it. It's fine. Haha, trauma.
Love it. I don't know about you, but when I came out, I have a religious family. So I think when people put those opinions on you, it does kind of make you doubt, like you said, like you then have this like identity crisis.
Yeah.
Even when I came out and had a girlfriend for the first time, I still really suffered with like internalized homophobia. Like, I knew that I was lesbian, and it's obviously a real thing, and that people love women, but part of me was then like, how do you love women? Like, thinking about my partner, like, how can you love me? Like, I'm a woman, you're a woman, like, surely not. Even though I knew that she could, because I do. Do you know what I mean? Like, did
Totally.
you, or do you ever like still have like hints of like internalized homophobia
Oh my God.
through your past?
All the time. And I think I'm really trying to challenge like a lot of internalized stuff, because I grew up in a really conservative Tory environment. And going to private school, I don't think I was exposed to enough like diversity in life to like I actively seeked it out to try and like help like challenge the environment that I grew up in. Like, even on a religious sense, I grew up very, very religious. Like, I went to Christian camp for 10 years. At school, if anyone was going through a bad day, I'd be known for like writing a Bible verse and like leaving it on their pillow.
Yeah, you were very
It
like
was properly like, yeah. So I think a lot of that internalized homophobia is maybe enmeshed with religion and trying to be like grapple with the fact that it said in the Bible like, man shall not lay with another man, which technically doesn't say anything about women.
Yeah, I would
Doesn't
also
say about
say
women.
they say nothing about women.
Yeah.
Yeah, but whatever. It was like, it was definitely part of, my identity crisis. And I think when I stopped being religious at 18, that massively helped me to come to terms with it a bit more within myself. But I feel like I have internalized homophobia in so many aspects, like, and even like, I don't know, I had to really challenge how I viewed sex and like the phallocentricity of sex and like how it's always, when I first started having sex, I was like, whoa, I've got to buy a dildo, I've got to put the strap on, I've got to do this and that and the other, because that's all I kind of knew. And I feel like that's even maybe like just not seeing sex as a bunch of different, it can be anything. It could be like going down on you, it can be like scissoring if people actually do that. But like, do you know what I mean?
I was waiting for that.
I feel like there's so many different ways that I need to continuously challenge my internalized, maybe misogyny and homophobia, but that's definitely, religion definitely played a factor.
Yeah.
Would you say you're religious in any aspect anymore?
I feel like I'm spiritual. Like
yeah.
I do kind of like try to do manifestations.
Yeah, no, we're all for that. We love
It's like
that.
more energies and like, yeah.
I don't know, but I think because I had quite a traumatic experience with religion and the way it really played into my OCD as a child, that I now like want to get as far away from like good, bad, heaven, hell, and that's just me, because I would just like go to bed at night being like, oh my god, I'm gonna rot in hell for eternity.
I'm gonna perish.
Just me in hell just because I love titties. Like, what the fuck?
Like you and Satan just sitting there like, fuck.
He's sat next to him like, what did you do? Got a thing for fanning me.
Love the yoni. Like
Yoni. A yearning for yoni.
I'm so gonna use that from now on, yearning for the yoni.
Was your own journey with like finding your sexuality and coming out also kind of the inspiration behind organizing the lesbian events?
Yes, 100%. It was more selfishly because I wanted queer friends.
Yeah.
I kind of just grew up in a very straight environment, and I felt like for a while definitely there was a real lack of like lesbian or like just sapphic spaces in London.
Yeah.
With the exception of like She Bar.
I still haven't been.
I've never been.
My,
She
oh my god,
keeps
if you guys
saying-
not.
Do you
But
like
know
it?
that.
No, I've only been once and it was traumatic. It was
I've heard
horrible.
really bad things.
You go in, and the time that I went, it was literally just after COVID and like things were opening again, and I think like all the middle-aged like MILFs were just like raging for young
It's like the
vagina.
one you said, the Hey Mamas, right?
Oh my god,
Oh,
full
is it
of
Hey
Hey
Mama?
Mamas, and like you walk in, it's honestly like they can smell you come in, like they all like turn, and you just feel like a fresh like bit of meat in like the
smell youth.
market. Yeah, I smell youth, and I just sit there. I'm like, you know what? Because it's like a fucking bomb shelter. Like it's tiny.
Someone else has described it like that as
Yeah,
well.
it's horrible, and like it's so fucking sweaty. Like I can smell people's feet in
Yeah.
there. It's not
Oh,
nice.
see,
Yeah,
I want more for us than that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
no, valid.
Have you been to La Cam in Hackney?
No, what's that?
The wine bar? The lesbian wine bar?
Camionera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've tried, but it's fucking impossible to get a space. I mean,
Yeah.
as
We were
evidenced by
lucky.
its opening.
Yeah.
Have you been?
Yeah.
We've been I've been a few times.
I've been once because all the other times I couldn't get in either. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like that shows there's such a demand for it, and there's just a lack of like space. So I feel like more events, lesbian events, and just like generally sapphic events are popping up, which is great.
Yeah.
What I've found is that the events I've been to have been quite like night out heavy in terms of like either just like lots of drinking, like getting with each other in a club, or
Yeah.
We've spoken about that before as well, that it feels like if you wanna go to like any queer space, it's getting fucked up.
And like just
Like,
hooking up with
which
people.
I love that for you, and
Yeah.
I love that for myself as well at times.
Yeah.
But when I'm meeting queer people, I want to actually meet them and like mingle.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just found quite often it felt a little bit like some lesbian events just felt quite cliquey, or there was like, you know, like VIP sections, or like the cool people sit here. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just that's just not my vibe. Like I want an event where everyone's like mingling, and I can go and chat to people, and we can all like bond over something silly or like have a laugh. So the idea was kind of born out of my love of women, but my love of games. So I kind of just thought like, how can I combine the two into Lez Play Games?
I love that.
No, I love that. I think that it just comes to like lesbians nowadays, from my experience anyway, no one actually wants to form genuine connections anymore. I feel like it's all
hard.
just like going out, shagging, hooking up with each other.
Hookup culture is massive
I
now.
think it's hard when you're like, I'm like in a relationship, but I'm desperate to meet more queer girls.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
kind of like cancels all of my, like, all people that are in relationships. If you're just going out and like trying to meet people to hook up. I don't know. I love the lesbian renaissance. I'm so happy it's happening.
Yeah.
But equally, yeah, I find it hard to actually like make connections and people. Like, I want queer mates for life. Do you know what I mean? I want people that I can talk to about like all the shit that you go through, like IVF or this or that, or like just having like relatable, like I love my straight friends, but there's an extent to which they just don't understand certain things.
Yeah, there's a big difference between like straight friends, even like the way that you converse, like lesbian drama on its own. You explain that to a straight person, they aren't getting that. Like they are not understanding.
Every time that you make a friend, you're looking for like a mutual connection or shared values, right? That's what everyone does. That is that, like, you can have that to a certain extent, but like when you make a queer friend, it's like you have that added to which they have a whole life experience of things that you don't even have to explain, then you just know they get. And like that's what I found like I was craving last year, and that's why I'm trying to create events where I think people can actually like socialize and make like long-lasting friendships. Rather than, I'm happy if people hook up. Yeah, it's great.
Do you have any good stories?
Hookups. Do you know what? I think I'm so busy hosting that I'm too far removed
You're
from
oblivious.
But do you know what I do have? Every time people message me saying, can you just check if my ex is on your list?
No.
That is so, you know what? Fair enough.
It's like, I don't know what that says about like the small lesbian dating pool of London.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not just London, like the connections in the like lesbian dating where we had like a weird...
Yeah, me and Yelko were both dating girls or like speaking to girls in different countries, and I'm talking like far, and they were mutuals on Instagram.
Oh my God, have you watched The L Word?
Yeah.
It's the
chart.
Yeah, the chart.
Yeah. I would die to even see the real life. I don't want to see it. I'd rather protect my peace.
There is a real life one.
You should make your own.
There is one.
Is there?
On TikTok, someone made it.
We need to have a little look at this. We need to make one ourselves.
Speaking about L Word, favorite character.
Ooh.
Oh my God. There's a wrong answer.
And let's do L Word original.
Okay, so I'm halfway. I'm almost finished the first season.
Oh, you just started?
Yeah.
Okay, first character, favorite character first season.
Favorite character first season, the fucking cool one.
Oh no.
I don't know their names.
I'm scared.
She's got like, she wears like thin glasses and like
Beth?
What's her hair?
brown.
Beth?
Curly or straight?
Oh, curly.
Oh, fuck off.
She's with Tina. She's with Tina, the blonde one.
The main two. She's the main in the main two.
In a relationship?
Yeah.
Yeah, bet. Curly hair, you fucking bitch.
Red
Right,
flag.
It's such a red flag.
Is she bad?
I don't really think it's got to that,
Yeah, we can't give you
Can't
any
reveal.
spoilers.
Okay,
No.
when you get to like season 3, can you give me an update and just tell me, like, just give me a name? And if it's still Bet,
Oh no.
you are getting blocked from every single social.
Oh my God, have I just like really red flagged myself?
Yeah, I'm gonna boycott all your events and say how toxic you are.
I would like to say that I'd like to change my answer.
I retract my statement
What should I
and
say?
plead the fifth.
What's the right answer?
The right answer is anyone apart from Bet fucking Porter.
I mean, no, the
No.
thing is, though, like, I feel like 80% of the people who do watch L Word, they love Bet Porter.
Yeah.
She's
She's
a massive,
hot.
yeah.
I think I just find her fit, but yeah.
But that's what I think why everyone loves her, just because she's fit.
Again, sexualizing. I'm so sorry.
yeah, you really aren't doing good for yourself right now.
Do you know who I actually like? She's a tennis player.
Dana.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is that better?
No,
Or
no,
no,
that
yeah,
is,
yeah.
that's perfect.
You're just...
I'm
you're
going
a-
to change. Let's ask me again.
Take 2. Who's your favourite L Word character?
Dana.
Yeah, no, you
Hands
know,
down.
So
not that
healthy.
fucking bet.
What a fucking bitch. Perfect.
Oh, no, great. Yeah,
can't
sorry,
believe
I
that.
just had to know. I'm always so intrigued and curious.
I think growing up without any representation, the representation you have, it's like, well, fucking hell, we're in for
Yeah.
a tough ride.
Yeah, but that's also the good thing with like Chapel Row. Like now, so
Yeah.
many artists
Oh, yeah,
are
everyone.
really like this is they're on
Everyone,
the
their
rise.
wives gay.
Yeah, I'm for it.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I'm so jealous of the generation growing up now because it's like,
Yeah.
you don't know how good you've got it in terms of representation. I mean,
Yeah.
it's so, like, I feel like now it's, like, if someone was to say, well, obviously this is, like, a very Western, like, privileged part of the world to live in, but to be, like, anti-gay is, like, not cool.
No.
Yeah.
But obviously loads of different religions and different views.
Yeah.
But I feel like it was a total opposite when I was growing up for like 100%. It's just like, that was the worst thing that you could say about someone was that they were gay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be like bullying.
Yeah.
Like if someone called me gay, I'd be like, okay. But like in school, if someone called you gay, you'd be like,
Yeah.
Like, wow, that's offensive. Calling me a big fat lesbian.
Social suicide.
What's your dream event that you would like to organize? And think like out of the box.
Out of the box.
Unlimited amount of money,
you're
like
rich.
no restrictions.
Okay. What, some big brands coming and sponsor me?
Whatever you want to do.
Probably like a massive Les Fest, like a festival of lesbians.
Love that.
Do you know what I mean? Like dancing, workshops.
That's cool.
Games. I'm a big festival girly.
Really?
Yeah, big time.
Favorite festival?
Favourite festival, probably Boomtown, because I love drum and bass. I'm a bit of a rave head.
Whoa. I can't tell what that whoa. If it's like a good whoa, or like a judgy whoa.
I haven't heard anyone saying I love drum and bass for like, I was 14 the last time I've heard that.
Everyone
Like,
always says that.
Drum and bass was so big in Belgium. I used to go to drum and bass parties.
Really?
It was massive in Belgium.
Girl, come with me.
Not anymore.
Come on. There's nothing like a fat, dirty, stinking bass.
Yeah, it's the accent that makes that so
Yeah.
like a fat, dirty, stinking bass.
God, I'm too posh to say
No, you are.
so many things.
Yeah.
Dirty, stinking bass. Anyway, it wouldn't be a drum and bass festival because that would be a bit too much, I think.
Yeah, a bit too
but
much.
a massive festival, maybe that's a bit unrealistic.
No, it's not.
That was the aim.
Yeah.
Unrealistic.
Or
And also, it's not unrealistic.
No, I see that
believe
for you.
you can do that.
We'll manifest.
Yeah.
fuck yeah.
Fuck
on,
yeah.
Mighty Hoop Player. Tinder, hit me up. Or a giant obstacle course.
Like
That-
Ninja Warrior.
Yes.
We need to go Ninja
Yeah, I
Warrior.
really want to do
Like
a
that.
Ninja Warrior.
Do you know what'd be fun? Like total wipeout.
Yes. A
Let's
lesbian,
reimagine.
total wipeout.
Nipples and everything.
Yeah. You've got to like bounce on little nipples.
I see that.
Maybe there's like a hairy forest that you got to like make your way
Stop.
through.
People are probably going to steal this idea.
Yeah, you need to
actually,
copyright this.
Yeah, patent it.
You said earlier that you'd identify yourself as a massive lesbian and an activist. Talk more about that. What it is, what you're an activist for.
Okay, so trigger warning. I'm a violence against women activist, which basically means that like I have done like a series of campaigns exposing like rape culture in schools and public sexual harassment on London transport. And after that, I've kind of been employed to go into companies and like basically assess their violence against women strategies and try and make it better. So yeah, that's kind of what it like actually is.
What led you into that?
To doing it. So I got sexually assaulted when I was 15 by a boy at a private school that I was like, we were like twin schools with them. And actually when I look back on like quite a lot of my sexual experiences, I feel maybe were non-consensual, but no one really spoke about it at the time. Like it kind of was just like a rapey culture where boys would like not really take no for an answer, and you'd kind of be like have to like do this like game of like, oh no, but I'm on my period, and they just like don't take no for an answer, and then you just end up doing stuff. But one particular time I remember it was very clear. I'd made it like overtly obvious that I didn't want anything to happen, but this boy was like honestly like chasing me around the house, like putting his choked me, put me against the wall. Everyone could kind of see it unfold and no one really like intervened. And I kind of was talking about that around the sort of time of Sarah Everard and everything unfolding like a few years ago, and figured like basically all my friends have some form of story similar to that. So it really pissed me off and I felt like the schools had like a lot to answer for. So I put a post out on social media asking if like anyone had had a similar experience to me and if they would feel happy to come forward anonymously to me through like a poll, and if they could name the schools or the universities that the boys, like the perpetrators, went to. After 2 weeks I had like 20 pages of testimonies of sexual assault, all the way from like rape to like so many different forms of sexual assault from girls as young as 9. So I compiled that into an open letter which I sent to the heads of all of the schools like and universities named, and it just kind of like took off in the media. And off the back of that I kind of had like a lot of like media outlets coming and interviewing me, and I found I kept being questioned on like, how can you verify the validity of what these, like, that it's actually true, which is just like a classic myth about rape, that there's like false accusations are so rare. Like, a man is more likely to be raped himself than to be falsely accused of rape. That's what the stats show. But anyway, I thought, like, what can I do to prove this? Like, we have a history of social media and like WhatsApp histories and Facebook messages that I'm sure will prove like all these different forms of online harassment. So then I set up an account called Screen Grab Them on Instagram, where people would send to me their chat histories, where they'd search like slut or nude or whatever, and I could like see the screenshot evidence of like different forms of sexual assault and violence. I posted them and I like tagged all the schools, and that kind of just like kick-started my career in activism. And I was asked to like go and consult for like the Department for Education and go into the schools that I'd named and like work for them and provide them with like tips. And after that, I could just kind of like, what's the word? Spitfired?
Yeah, it just like kept the ball. Yeah,
spiraled.
It
spiraled. And then a couple years ago, similar thing, like I just had a really bad experience on the tube. It's actually more like a homophobic harassment, but still, like, this guy was absolutely obsessed with me and my girlfriend at the time, and just really being overtly homophobic, like sexualizing us.
The tubes are, it's insane.
It's so bad.
It's disgusting. It's really bad.
Stands up for you.
No
either.
one does
like,
anything.
You witness it and everyone just turns a blind eye, which I don't.
That's literally what happened. Like, this guy was like yelling at us to perform, like to have sex in front of him on the tube, and like licking his fingers and like being like suck up, like yelling, and the whole tube was full of men. I couldn't see a woman in sight, and we were shouting out like, "Can someone please get him away from us? Like, can someone swap seats with me?" No one did anything. They just stared at their phone like they were too embarrassed.
Yeah.
So then I reported it to British Transport Police, and I had the policeman like emailed me to call them, so I called them. No one picked up. Like, days went by, and then I got an email saying, "Oh, sorry, I was on annual leave on holiday, but your CCTV's been deleted. We delete it after 72 hours, so there's no way of catching them."
Well, what?
Why? Like, what's the
So
point of
bad.
having CCTV?
So
like,
bad.
Yeah.
So bad. As often, actually, a lot of the lines don't have CCTV, and they get targeted for sexual assault because of that. Basically, after I came forward about that, again, I did another open letter, and I asked loads of women, and I had hundreds and hundreds of testimonies about assault that's happened on like buses, trains, tubes, and I sent it to Sadiq Khan, and it kind of picked up media attention. And I was invited to meet with like his team and the Met and British Transport Police and TfL, and we had this whole roundtable discussion. I basically told them all the work that they needed to do, and then they employed me as like a consultant to try and affect change. And my ideas that I was trying to say, like, you need longer CCTV. You can't delete CCTV after 72 hours because it takes women, like, it takes you ages to kind of come to terms with what's happened, let alone like fucking report it. So they've changed it now. Over all the lines, you have a month to report, which is really cool. And also I've helped design these posters. I'm not sure if you've seen them, but they're like, it says like all the different ways that you can intervene as a bystander.
I've seen them.
Those were like my...
No way!
So, yeah,
That's
so it was
cool.
like, distract them with a question, offer them your seat, make a note. And that was all based off the fact that I'd gone to them and been like, this has happened and no one intervened.
Yeah.
And then from my research from all the women that had something happen to them, like, I think it was 81% happened in front of a bystander, and only 2% had anyone help out.
That's crazy. If you see numbers like that,
and it actually makes you like lose faith in people.
Yeah,
massively. So now I'm like, I feel like they've put a lot of work into like doing a lot of bystander prevention. They've invited me on like their secret like police raids on the tube, where you go in and like they have an undercover mission to like target sexual assault offenders. So I got to go on that, which is pretty cool.
That's insane. Like that you've had that impact.
Yeah, that's
well.
a massive impact.
It is cool. I went to a meeting the other day where they said that because of the posters, they've had a massive increase in bystander reporting, which
that's good.
Really touched me, because even if women aren't reporting themselves, to think that other people witnessing it and then making a change
Yeah.
and report, because like I know that people kind of feel like, what's the point of reporting, nothing's going to happen, there's your criminal justice system, and it is fucked. But the more reporting you do, the more the police know like the hotspots, and they can target that area, or they might find a repeat offender through you reporting. And I do a lot of work now to try and encourage women to speak up, because there is a lot of value, even if for your own like self-confidence and like not willingness, but like your like inner desire to just like fuck the patriarchy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So that's kind of what I've been spending the last 5 years doing.
Damn, I feel like I don't really do much of my time. I'm like, I need to make an impact on something.
No, see, like I feel like everyone is able to do like activism in everyday life. It's not, it doesn't have to be like you're shouting from the rooftops. I'm just loud and a double Leo. But like you can be an activist at like the dinner table with your old grandparents who say something.
You definitely are an activist at
there you go.
I'll take it.
At the dinner table.
Or like fucking demanding a pay rise,
Yeah.
or like not holding a door open for a man, or that's very no.
Kick the
It's
man
all
in the
about
face.
feminism is gender equality, so both
Yeah.
genders to be treated equally. I feel like there is so many different ways that we could all do our bit to fuck the patriarchy, and
No, definitely, yeah.
it's not necessarily like the loudest person in the room. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What would you say to anyone listening when they do see something happening? What are the best ways for them to help?
I guess assess the situation if it's safe. Like, are you on your own? Is there another woman on their own? Like, do you feel like you can safely intervene without putting your life at risk? I would say just like more than anything, go over and like provide support for that victim. Like, are you okay? Like, I'm here, like talking to them. And then I just think it's so important to try and report to British Transport Police. They are really trying to like clamp down on this. It goes a long way. Make a note of what you like, as much detail as you can. So like, what carriage are you on? What was he wearing? What was she wearing? What's the exact time? Like, write it all down on your phone if you can. If you can sneakily take a picture, even better. Like, all of these things are so important. Like, just to try and like bring down the fucking misogynist one by one. Do you know what I mean?
Baby steps. It's still baby steps.
But yeah, just providing support, like emotional support, and then like walking with that person if they've got another place to be. Like maybe being like, I can help you like meet at the station staff, or I can take you to a like want to go, like just strength in numbers.
It is crazy because I experienced something, this is years ago, this is when I was still living in Belgium, and I was on my way to a shoot actually, and it was at the time of the day when everyone was like going to work, so like the streets were busy, and when it happened, everyone just like walked past except for one guy, and he actually took me to the police station.
Really?
Yeah.
Fucking yes, allyship.
Yeah.
We need more male allies. As much as feminism is about like women, it's just as much about men, because it's the same rhetoric that tells like women that they are too emotional, that tells men that they can't show emotion. So we're both fighting for the same cause. Like it helps you to break down gender barriers and to break down harmful stereotypes as much as it helps women. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like we need more straight male allies.
No, definitely, yeah.
But that's really nice to hear that someone...
No, it was nice because I was so in shock. Like, you know, when those things happen, like looking back now, I'm like, should have done that. Like, I was literally holding what basically happened was I was on my way to a shoot and I was wearing a dress with like, I'm going to say this word wrong, thighs.
She calls them tights thighs.
Yeah, that.
Because sometimes we have such a like communication barrier, because I'm like, you want to buy thighs? I'm like...
I had like a long black coat that basically covered my dress from behind, and I was holding a coffee, and this guy came up from behind me and literally just went under my skirt with his hand and his fingers.
No way.
Yeah. And I just like froze because I was like, I was like 18? 19.
You don't always know how you're going to react to that
Exactly.
situation.
And like I just froze and started crying, and it was raining as well, so I was holding this umbrella. Very sad scene.
Oh my god, really? All you need there is like
the pathetic fallacy.
yeah, you just need Kelly Clarkson to break away.
But yeah, no, it's like it's also very like sad to see then how many people, and it wasn't like there was so many women around me that were just going on about their morning, and just one guy, he came up to me, he was like, "Are you okay? I saw what happened." He was like, "I'll take you to the police station," because it was literally like across the street, down the street, it wasn't far, but he like dropped me at the police station.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
It's crazy how normalised it is that I feel like when you ask people, it's like, oh yeah, that happened on my way to work the other day. It's like, I was literally going to meet the British Transport Police for a meeting, and I got catcalled on the way, and I was like, perfect, that is just so ironic. But it really shouldn't be. Like, we put up with so much shit.
Yeah.
Just like day to day. And I feel like in those instances, that's where we really need people to like challenge and speak up. Not necessarily the victim, because you like, I always say, like, never judge yourself on what you kind of, how you react in that moment, because you're in a state of like shock and trauma.
Exactly.
But as bystanders, you've got so much power to be like,
you're more
you
aware.
can't say that, like,
Yeah.
or excuse me mate, can you like
Yeah.
People are so scared to like cause a scene and like for things to be awkward, that I feel like, I don't know, I wish that people spoke up a little bit more just in everyday life.
Yeah.
No, definitely.
People are just so scared of like confrontation.
Really, we need men on our side in this, because like, unfortunately, men listen to other men, and like, we can shout it from the rooftops, but also, why should we have to fucking educate people when we're with one that have like been going through it? We just need practice in place from a really young age. We need to be teaching young boys and girls about consent, boundaries, feminism, like right from the get-go, rather than acting on like reaction. It needs to be prevention.
Yeah. Let's end the episode on a fun note. So we're gonna play a little game, and it's very on brand. It's called Bothered or Unbothered.
Okay.
So we'll ask a question and then basically say whether you're bothered or unbothered. Wearing socks during sex.
Wearing socks during sex?
Yeah.
Bothered.
Yes. See, I said bothered as well. Alana is a big wearing socks
I
during
feel like
sex
that's
fan.
almost like the first thing I take off my girlfriend. It would be like, right, these coming off.
If someone takes them off of me, then it's fine, but I'm not going to actively just whip them off my own
It's so
thing.
quick to take them off.
No, because you get undressed. Normally, you're undressing each other.
You can be kissing each other and like taking the socks off. You can
I'm
do that.
5'10". Do you realise
can
how
start-
hunched my back is
I
going to
feel
be?
like it's quite a sexy way to do it. I feel like you take everything else off, and then you're doing bits, and then when you start to go down there, it's like then you're like starting to rip it off. Get it out.
There you go.
Well, if someone wants to do that and whip mine off, that's fine. But
There's no way you're getting those thick
I'm
bad
keeping
boys.
these bad boys
They're
on.
thick.
Did you just bring up my cankles? See, no one brought that up. You brought that up.
Oh yeah, wait. Maybe if someone's embarrassed about their feet, then I'd feel.
Yeah, it's okay if it's okay.
I'm proud of my feet.
I think I have a weird thing about this though, because every night when we go to sleep, as my girlfriend's falling asleep, I use my toes.
Oh no.
I use my toes to sneakily take off her socks, because I don't like the idea of
How do you take off this?
So, should I show you? I haven't got my bare feet out, so I can't work the muscle. Oh, this is, this is oh, so
Wait, you're fully taking them off?
oh my god, these are strapped on for life. Yes, that's where you...
Wait, so
Oh, I almost had it.
Wait, so you're telling me your girlfriend's asleep and she doesn't feel you doing that? You're literally twisting her calf.
So I think I like bare feet. You guys?
Bare feet.
Bare feet.
I think we've established that I'm a sock kind of person.
No, she's a sock kind of
Yeah,
person.
I only want to have sex with you in pitch black. And it's not because like they think you're ugly, it's just a personal preference.
In pitch black?
Yeah,
I
like
think
darkness.
I'm unbothered by that. Because maybe... Wait, does that mean like...
You don't mind?
Yeah, I think maybe that shows that they're a little bit like insecure about their body, which I wouldn't want to pressure them into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I quite like a darkly lit room. Thank you. But
Don't be nodding. You said you'd be bothered by that. You're sitting there like, yeah, I agree. And I'm like, you had an opposite answer.
No, I said not if it's every single time. I'll be
like,
bothered.
What's wrong with my face?
That's what I mean.
Who are you picturing?
You fucking hate me.
I don't mind doing it, but if it's like only in
Only in
dark,
the dark.
yeah, then I would be a bit like
you look
because
better with the lights off.
yeah, but also I love eye contact.
Oh shit! So you can't see a thing.
Wait, it's not
Can't
like,
see
it's
arse for
not
tit.
fucking like
How do you see
bunker
someone's
pitch black.
how do you see someone's eyes when it's pitch black?
Do you not think like
You're an emotion. I can tell you're an emotional like sex person.
Yeah.
Actually, having said that, the last time like I feel like when my girlfriend says like, "Oh, should we turn the lights off?" I'm like, why? Why aren't you like turned on by me?
I think it could be. You know what? I think it could be cool if you play with like food.
I think it could be dope.
It could be cool.
What could
I'm
be
a cool mom.
I'm not a regular mum. What could be cool?
If you do something with food like strawberries or chocolate, and then because you get like extra sensations.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Right?
But then it would be like, that's another hurdle you've got, like, when
Yeah, you can't
when
see
you can't
them.
find the food.
Where are you
I
aiming?
didn't think of that.
Like shoving ice up what hole? Like where are you gonna go?
Last Easter, we were travelling, and I did an Easter egg hunt for my girlfriend, and then it was like little, like, treasure hunt tip, and then she, for her, like, Easter egg thing for me, I got into the room, bearing in mind it was like a hostel, and she had, like, laid down on the bed with, like, chocolate
In a hostel.
Yeah, naked. Luckily, we had a private room.
Oh.
But I came in and she was like lying there with like melted chocolate on her. I was like, oh my god. Fucking best present I could ever have. But then I was just like, eating the chocolate. I was just like, I love chocolate too much now. I'm just eating.
No, that is actually so fucking funny. I want someone to do that for me.
I know.
Yeah.
Just for Yalka.
Actually, imagine if you walked in like, on your bed with fucking Cadbury.
Yeah.
I'm actually no. Okay.
Aww. She's crying again.
Yeah, I am. That's actually that's traumatized tears. That's not even like haha
This
tears.
is a fun game.
Bothered or unbothered, your girlfriend just has really, really long acrylics, and then those like pointy fucking things.
Okay, I'm controversially, I'm unbothered, and I'll tell
Okay.
you why. I don't love it inside me.
Like penetration.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm less, because I dated a girl for 5 years and she had really long nails, and everyone was like, what the fuck is going on here? But I just like, I'm unbothered about penetration myself.
Okay.
I'm more of like a
A rubbage kind of girl.
rubbish. A
Rubbish.
clitoral queen. Now I just like spat that everywhere. So I don't actually care that much, but
Okay.
I can understand how if I really did like that, it would feel a bit jabby.
I know you're in a relationship, but this is just more thinking of previous of
You're
whatever.
single for
Yeah.
now.
Okay.
You're going home with a one night stand, and they use a strap on that they've used on
With someone else.
Yeah, but it's a one night stand as well. Like literally first time meeting.
It's quite hard for me because I'm a top. I would never let someone. I would wear the strap.
Yeah.
But if I got home and they were like, whack that on, and it had been used with other people.
Yeah.
I was talking to my friends about this. It's really hard. I don't... pardon the pun. I don't know because it feels unsanitary.
Yeah.
Unsanitary?
Yeah.
Sanitary.
Unsanitary.
Unsanitary.
Yeah.
But
It doesn't feel clean.
Equally, I feel like it's cleaner than a guy's willy.
But that's what we said
yeah.
before. We were like, guys can't like chop off and attach a new one every time.
Like we always have a thing of like,
Yeah.
oh no, you use it on your ex-girlfriend, but it's like that also went in
Yeah.
to about 10 other women.
So, do you want to know a funny story?
Yeah.
Always.
I have to wear condoms with my current partner on the strap-on because she's allergic to the material.
Like
Oh,
latex.
shit.
Oh no,
It's-
condoms are latex.
Yeah, condoms are
It's
latex.
it's something like she just has an allergy to that material.
Oh.
And
That must have been rough, like her finding that out.
yeah, non-stop UTIs.
Oh my god.
And so now we have to wear condoms. And I've never had penetrative sex with a man. So I was like fumbling my way around this condom being like, which way is it? Like, how does it work? And yeah, it's hilarious because like, I'm also on contraception for like IBS, baddie.
Love that for you.
And so I'm like on like contraceptive pill, and I'm fucking wearing condoms, and I'm dating a woman. It's like, I don't get any of the benefits.
You're
apart from not
literally
getting
like
pregnant.
that male lesbian from L Word. That's what you're giving.
Something's, not working.
The fact you literally have to go and buy condoms is just
I
so
know.
funny.
I know. So yeah, it wouldn't matter because I'd be wearing a condom. But I changed willies when I changed partner.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Out of
I feel like you can, so you should.
Yeah.
You know?
Would you feel, are you guys tops or bottoms?
Switch.
Okay. Would you feel weird about someone using the same strap?
Not if it was a one night stand, just because I think.
But you wouldn't do it on one night. Like, I wouldn't use strap on one night
I feel like it
stand.
depends how drunk I am.
Really?
Yeah, if I was like really, really drunk,
Yeah.
I feel like I'd probably wake up and think like, oh my god, that was really disgusting.
Yeah,
but I probably
because,
wouldn't.
yeah.
Probably wouldn't really have the standards to be like, no, actually, I'm above this. But if I was like just tipsy or sober, I would be
Yeah.
like, fingers are fine.
Well, thank you for being our first guest.
I'm so honoured.
What a milestone.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll take a photo of you and put it on the wall.
Yeah.
A shrine to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we needed wall art, so that's gonna be it.
I did say you need some more art.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
To judge it up, cover them up.
That is because my wardrobe used to be that my bedroom was like completely different, and it's
Oh.
from my suitcase. From
I
like,
thought it looked like a bit of rough sex.
not much sex has been happening
Yeah,
here.
because of the dry spell. Yeah, 'cause like,
Oh.
tears
on that
coming down the face.
On that
Thanks
note.
for coming. Yoga's
Okay.
not.
I just got that.
Before you go,
Yes.
where can people find you on? I'll put all the links in the description as well. But
Socials on Instagram, Zan Moon, it's a pretty simple name. And on TikTok as well. And then also there's like a community chat if anyone wants to come to any of Lez Play Games events. Then you can hit me up on socials and I'll add you to the WhatsApp group.
when is the next event happening?
Yeah, we want
The
to come.
next
Yeah, we
event
wanna come.
is on the 11th of April. It's a board games evening.
Fucking love.
Right
What's your favourite board game?
Okay, it's really niche. Do you know Obama Llama?
Obama Llama, like President Obama.
Yes, it's a rhyming.
about him?
It's like Articulate, but it's rhyming. So do you know Articulate?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that, but so you'd say like Britney Spears is in tears, but you can't say that, so you have to be like the singer of Toxic is crying, and people have to get what you're saying.
Oh, I like that.
But then there's other rounds where you can act it out, so you can't speak.
I'll
You have
do
to
the
act
acting.
out Britney Spears is in tears. Come to the event and then I'll show you how to
No,
play.
yeah, we definitely want to come.
At Big Potato Games, please sponsor me. Thanks.
Is that what they're called? Big Potato Game?
That's the company that own like all the good ones. But also I'll take Hamleys or anyone.
You know what? I would take the lowest of the low. Just sponsor me.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. If you enjoyed listening, don't forget to rate our show 5 stars. And if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe. And we will see you next week.